So I'm going to walk you through the steps that you need before you start painting the trim. This is a piece of baseboard. So quickly you'll want to sand it, and you want to do that for two reasons. One is to create a bite for the new paint. If the surface is a little bit rougher, the new paint will stick to it better. And two, there's a good chance that if you run your hand across the trim that it might be a little rough, and it's just nice to knock that down, make it a little bit smoother. Then after you're done sanding, just simply dust it off with a dust brush. You could vacuum it off. And then finally, I'll usually take a tack cloth and run it across the top. You don't have to do this, but if you do the vacuuming and the dusting, I like to run the tack cloth over it just in case. So I take the brush, I stick it in, and then I wipe it. You could slap it on the inside if you'd like. Either way will work, but you don't want too much paint. Of course, you don't want to run it off. And then just brush it on. Okay, and then do the top. And always make sure you get paint on the wall. Okay? And if you get it on the wall, so I should show you that too, don't leave an edge like that, right? You want to smooth it out. Then run your brush like this across the top. And then one final, remember you want to keep your brush strokes nice and straight across the bottom. Okay? And then just move back and forth. You see that I'm getting on the tape a bit. But keep your brush strokes nice and even. Don't want to put it on too thick. And then do the edge. And then come back. And there you go. And this is going to be the wall color here, so I'm just slopping the paint onto the wall. You always want to do that. Make sure you get plenty of the trim onto the wall. So it's easier to do your cut-in lines later on. Okay, and then I'll come back and do a second coat in a couple hours. So I'm going to paint a door frame here. I've already done it once, but I just want to walk you guys through the process. We're going to start at the bottom here. I'm going to work all the way up to the top, across the top, and back down the other side. But let me show you how to start here. Okay, I'm also going to be painting this side of it, but I'm not going to do that right now. I want to concentrate on these. I want to concentrate on these edges here, okay? So load up your brush. Remember, always start away from your very edge. All right. Just keep your brush strokes nice and even. Okay. And just roll around it. On the bottom, get your brushed line straight up. Okay, make sure you're getting these cracks here, and then check your line there. All right, and then just continue your way up. keeping my brush strokes nice and straight. All right, now, when it comes to these corners, just get some paint in there for the vertical side. Okay, and put your brush into the corner when you get some paint in there and just bring it down. Okay. Then you're going to want to do the same thing as you're coming across here. Get some paint in the corner. Spread it out a bit. And then once you have enough in there, shove the brush in there. Shove the brush in there and bring it out. Then if you've made a mistake here, just come back into it. Now for this outer edge, same idea, right? You want your verticals going vertical brush lines. And then you want to switch out the horizontal. And use the break. You can see the break in the trim there where the two trim pieces meet. Use those as your line. So the great thing about the angled brush, right? Get in there, bring it down. Put it in here, bring it across. All right, when you're coming to this part here where there's a joint here where the two pieces of wood meet, okay? And how you want to approach that, so I'm gonna do the edge really quick. Remember to always slop enough paint on the wall. So when we come back to do our color, we want to make sure that we don't have to worry about not coming in far enough with the trim color. All right, so brush across this way. Okay, and use that line there where you want to start your brush strokes. So you can see, because the brush is angled, I can just stick it in here and pull it this way. I want to get a little paint on here. And then I want to take my brush. Actually, it's hard for me to see from here, so I'm going to actually overcompensate going this way. And then I'm going to come back and create my line going this way. Okay? And that's what you do on a trim corner. Now you may have a piece of wood that comes across that the joint is cut here or straight up and down. I would just follow that lead. So if the cut was here, I would go from here and go across and then start up here and come straight down. And then the opposite, if the trim is cut here, I'm just following the trim piece, right? I would do this first and then come back and run my line across that, following the wood, all right? Okay.